In today's Talkin' Trash Tuesday, how to not be so wasteful during the Thanksgiving season. There's a lot of turkey trimmings and trash. Ebony Gatson is the executive director of Keep the Midlands Beautiful. Ebony, in fact, was recently recognized as one of Columbia Business Monthly's 2022 Best and Brightest Under 35. She is passionate about making a difference in the community that shaped her, and that includes trying to keep it litter free. And thanks for that.
Absolutely.
It's fun to have you on for Talkin' Trash Tuesday because this is an opportunity just to help our viewers understand ways that they can reduce, maybe reuse, recycle, just keep stuff trash from being trash out there. So as we look at Thanksgiving, you've got some pointers for us. And as we just roll video of some of the typical stuff we have at Thanksgiving, talk about the reduce, reuse, and recycle. Start with reduce.
Sure. So ultimately the goal is to keep it as simple and straightforward as possible. We don't want people thinking they have to recreate the wheel, essentially. Reduce can come in the form of creating that shopping list and sticking to it, therefore, decreasing the possibility of waste that comes along with, buying too much, preparing too much. Also, just make sure the products you're buying are those that you actually need. And that goes a long way. It also helps, save money.
Right. And I like one of the points you guys make is that pick the products that have less packaging or that can be recycled, because it's really easy to buy 4 little cans of something when if you look for the one big can,
Right.
And reduce that way.
And that's something even for me that I have to, be more cognizant of and not buying all of the small products or those that are individually wrapped. And we don't like to think we need to buy in bulk, but this may be one of those times where you could buy in bulk just to make sure that you have enough and you're also able to not create more waste.
Right. I also like the idea you say about sharing with family and friends. Like if one person's in charge of one thing and can split it with the neighbor, sort of. It's a way to reduce.
Right, it's definitely a way to reduce, and that's something our family does. We kind of do a potluck style where, different people are in charge of different dishes, but you might want to go next door and see if the neighbor has plans or if it's just 2 of them and 2 of you.
Right.
Maybe get together and host dinner as one.
So that's reduce. Let's talk about reusing, and you're talking about recycled bags when shopping for your holiday meal.
So we see them everywhere, and I know I was guilty at one point of buying the reusable bags at the store and then forgetting to take them with me.
Right.
It might be a good time to use that, pull those bags out, and you're just, eliminating again the need for all of those plastic bags.
It's so true, because those plastic bags are things that we just use that one time, and a lot of people, they end up in the landfill because not everybody's really good about taking them back to a recycle center. And then composting the leftovers, like food, scraps. Talk about that one.
Right, so when we talk about composting, it won't necessarily be those items that are prepared, but you think of your potatoes. If you're making mashed potatoes, you have the scraps from the skin, or sweet potatoes, or fruits and vegetables. So those, natural and organic things that you could then compost.
So this one, the dinnerware, and I'm gonna have some people not be happy about this one, but a lot of people say, hey, we do the plastic or things that way we don't have to wash dishes or we don't have to clean up afterwards. We can just throw it away. That's convenient, but not necessarily the best as far as the environment.
Not at all. And why not pull out the china and the nice dinnerware?
The once or twice a year that we do, right?
Yes, and the cloth napkins even.
Right.
You can throw them all in the wash and do one load or use the dishwasher.
Yes, and then recycle. You mentioned cooking oil is something to highlight.
Yes, so we know the most common things in terms of the plastics and the cardboard, but locally we do have multiple options for recycling your cooking oil as well.
Okay, let's go into some other green tips then for after the holiday, because I know you gave a statistic on Thanksgiving alone. You say 200 million pounds of turkey, 40 million pounds of mashed potatoes, 30 million pounds of stuffing, 150 pounds of assorted sides, and 14 million pounds of dinner rolls end up in the trash.
So the staple of Thanksgiving dinner obviously still gets wasted.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You've got a gala coming up, and the gala it's called the Gala for Greener Midlands, and it is presented by Keep the Midlands Beautiful. And this is a way for you to recognize Green Award winners. Talk a little bit about why you guys are having this gala. You had to put it aside for a little while because of COVID.
That is correct. So this is our first in-person gala since 2019. And as you mentioned, it's an opportunity for us to recognize those change agents, as I call them, the people that, really are boots to the ground in making sure that the Midlands is cleaner and greener for everyone.
And if people want to go to it, what kind of evening will it be?
Sure, so it's a cocktail attire is appropriate, but if you want to dress up or down from that, you're more than welcome. We'll have an amazing meal, great entertainment, and there's a silent auction as well.
And then the money that's raised, it's $65 a ticket, and then there are other price options, like if you buy a whole table or something, or sponsor, but what's that money going to be used for?
Sure, so that money goes directly back to supporting all of our litter prevention and beautification efforts in the community.
And that includes sometimes like you and Palmetto Pride are so good about if there is a trash pickup, a litter pickup, and we'll tell our viewers, I'll say, you don't have to worry about the supplies, like the vests, the little grabbers, I call them picker-uppers, yeah.
That works too.
The grabbers, the bags that all that goes into, but there's a cost to that for you guys, and this will help raise money for that.
Absolutely, because everything that we provide to volunteers is at no cost. So that helps us ensure that we have supplies for members of our community that want to do those projects.
Fantastic. All right, let's put up the information on the screen. The Gala for a Greener Midlands, presented by Keep the Midlands Beautiful, to recognize Green Award winners, is Tuesday, December 6th. It's going to be at the Kathy Novinger Girl Scout Leadership Center. That's located at 1107 Williams Street in downtown Columbia. Tickets are $65, and as Ebony mentioned, cocktail attire is optional, but why not? It will make it fun. So, Ebony, thank you so much, and I do want to let our viewers know that I have a link on my Facebook page right now if they would like to be part of the gala event that night. We're looking forward to seeing you. Ebony Gatson with Keep the Midlands Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more right after this.
Talkin' Trash is sponsored by Capital Waste Services, keeping the Midlands clean, green,